That. You could say we're logging on. Logging on to Glebber. Because, pow, it's Glebber. Remember this place? We're always here. How you doing? How are we doing? Just wait for everyone to start trottling on in. And the bioflux goes up. Alrighty. So, what were we doing? We did this last time. Glebber is kind of satisfied for now. It's YouTube Veldak. It's Twitch Veldak. Hey, Veldak, did you see the VOD yesterday? By chance? Because I had something for you. Something that you might have been very interested in. Something you might have been very interested in. We're all here. Did you see? Haven't been in the office? Okay. You've been in the office, sorry. Yep. So haven't seen. Yes. Alrighty. Here you go. Just for... Oh, I'm gonna do that. Hang on. There we go. Now I can do this. There it is. And now you have a blank cursor that you can do whatever you wish to your mainframe. You know, you could even make sure you set up all your settings right, and if I can find the right button, you set up your baud rates and everything. Is that what you think it is? Oh, yeah. Now, if I can find this, how about it gets even better because I can do that, and hopefully it actually works. No, it doesn't. It kind of works. Just the terminal, not the actual computer. But, so, to fix that, I need to... Why is it doing that, actually? I gotta look at the bottom of the keyboard to remind myself. Let's see. U 1101. Yep, 0011. 3 is... So 3 needs to be 01, I think. Toggle. Then it should behave. I think. Let's go online again. Hey, Duck, how you doing? We're playing with this again. You... It took a while to figure it out, actually. It's a shockingly long time. So this is actually kind of embarrassing. So it actually says what the serial configuration is here. See how Windows would interpret new lines? Yeah. This thing should interpret it like Windows would. But yeah, 1200 transmit, 1200 receive, because this thing can do asynchronous speeds. And then it's the rest of it is 7E. I think I've got to turn that off. And it took me far longer to realize what that meant. I mean, the first time I forgot to set it to 7-bit, and then I looked at the 7, I was like, oh yeah. But I was having problems with it after that. And what if I just send LF? And yeah, well, it took me far longer than it should have that E was for even parity. Alright, what do you do now? Damn. Yeah, you're still not reading the new lines correctly. So if I do that, This is what, so this is the thing, is that this stuff, the problems with new lines and carriage returns goes back all the way to the 70s. It was, oh, 3-3. Gotta love this stuff having absolutely no, like, this is incredibly minimal. There you go. That's what it should do. So if I do it one more time, that should then work. There we go. Ain't it purty? Look at it smooth scroll. Isn't smooth scroll amazing? Set up a sound blaster card on it. It does have a speaker in it. Yeah, it's overriding lines, so it's still not perfect. But yeah, it means we can potentially have some fun with it. I was kind of curious what it would look like if I got Twitch chat onto it. It's actually showing the bottom line as well. Didn't actually think of that. Oh, it is a little bit cut off on the left side there. It has a video output and it's connected to a time-based corrector, and the time-based corrector is doing work right now. It is doing work to make that video signal actually indecipherable. Jippay, how you doing? Hello. Your coworker kept saying Windows does it right, so I told him it doesn't. When you open LF files in Notepad, it shows stairs down since there's no CR. It expects CRLF, which I think is what Windows does, because this is from the times I think before, or it was in the transitional time before they actually sort of fully converted. If you don't hear it, also, Control G, bell, and it beeps. Like it's a full-blown terminal. Anyway, so I turned that off. The screen, like, it's kind of unbelievable how well kept this thing is, considering how poorly kept the computer is. It's kind of amazing. Yeah, the history of how to interpret new lines and carriage returns and all that is heated and mysterious. Very mysterious. As a side note, while I think of it, the Spore Cloud, yeah, I probably should deal with that. Alright, so before we commit to leaving Gleba, let's empty our pockets first, because we're about to leave, but I did secure the, this stuff. I thought I put rockets in you. Just in case it spreads more than I'm expecting. Lindsay, how you doing? Yeah, at some point it was decided that New Line is the de facto standard, and I think Windows inherited the oh, can't reach the give me that. Inherited. I'm trying to think it too many times. The CPM way of doing things. That's what it is. Which is a little funky, which tended to be a bit of a stick. I think that one was a bit of a stickler for the Puritan way of doing it, which is the new line carriage return being two different things. See, it's the way you do that. Also explode. You see, I'm still used to tab space. I'm not accustomed to C to switch weapons still. But yeah, that's pentapods for you. They're nothing. They really don't matter. They're inconsequential. I need to do the Spidertron extinction trick at some point in the not too distant future. But for now, I'll just clear the easy targets. This one might be a little bit more of a problem. Let's just make sure to clean out. Oh, hello, big boy. How you doing today? Another big chonkus. Aren't they supposed to be scary or something? Hello. Hello, little Little gleberites. See the one over there just wailing on the copper rocks, the copper bacterium rocks. I appear to have another friendo come over. Well, now we've got the little wrigglers out the way. You, sir, need to get deaded. Like that. There's nothing else here. No. Just lots of pentapod eggs. I can get around that. Alright. How's it going today? Pretty good. Been doing a lot of this today, as it happens. It's kind of impressive that the stompers left divots in the water. Yeah, that's kind of danger close at the minute. We should deal with it. There we go. Yeah, that's right. The Puritan way is the new line carriage return because they are discrete operations. Carriage return returns the, the typewriter carriage to the home position on the left side. A new line drops it down one, drops or it feeds the paper down a line. It's probably the best way to describe it. We don't want you taking away those pentapod eggs, please, and thank you. They can go in there. Alright. I think that'll do for that. Trash unrequested. And yeah, that's what I mean by, as Nug says, that's what I mean by being a Puritan or a stickler for the traditional ways, is that they're two discrete functions. There's this argument that says that you don't need, in a text document, you don't need to do a carriage return and a line feed at the same time. You can drop the carriage return and save a byte. Now, is this separate notes? I need to so I can't actually get off Gleber quite yet because I need to get rid of Derpus here. Jettison its contents. I probably shouldn't do that to an extent. There, and there. So this was the first ship. It served us well, but it can't really do much good anymore. So we're going to upgrade it. Right, so you're going to get an upgrade, and then we're going to use this platform to go to Aquilo. Yeah, an old world Mac used carriage returns, which was... I never encountered it. I imagine it would be really annoying, though. It's like an argument between people that saw computers as different beasts and accustomed to typewriters. Yeah, so early computing very much developed from typewriters. So, like, the original interfaces were typewriters, quite literally. The Remington typewriter was converted to send electrical signals as well as hammering ink on paper. Sanding byte sounds awfully dated. Yes. I mean, to be fair, when storage was at a premium, all the way up until, well, even probably till like the mid 2000s, you'd always try and squirrel away scrounge as many bytes as physically possible. Having said that, though, by the time you had Pentium 4s, Pentium 3, Pentium 3s, you could do it, but you would definitely feel it. But by the time getting into Pentium 4s, and the best example I can think of is DocX, packaging your entire file into a zip file, just on the fly compression. But older computers, you would feel that. Like, there would be a noticeable delay, many seconds, many seconds loading it while it's trying to decrypt it. Alright, how are you looking? Oh, you might have trouble getting that, though. Now, Assembly machine. Do you not have anything on Narvis? What is Narvis doing? Or have I run into issues making them? Oh, there's 55 there. So why aren't you receiving? That's real interesting. This so this is a patch that came out today, and it's a bit of a weird one. I, I I don't know if I'm missing something or that's why. I knew I had to be missing something. And someone has to deal with Italian keyboards. Ah, yes. I was going to say there had to be something. Well, I was saying I've been caught out so many times by stuff like that before. It had to be something, something simple. All right, you please and thank you. Bring me some fluoro juice. I don't really. Oh, the wall is to make sure I don't delete the what's under the belt. Having different commands helped when everything was done in hardware. It also lets you get things done. It's poor man's bold as well as the ability to raise printed characters. Yeah. And also when your terminal was like a typewriter, it helped to you had to duplicate its functionality. Should also point out that how it was encoded is entirely up to the manufacturer of the teletype and or computer. That territory is where you get into pre-ASCII and the nightmare that is pre-ASCII. Oh yeah, it's just a bit chonk. Oh no, it's a legendary foundry. All right, so wait for things to be satisfied anyway. You need to empty that. You need that. Hello, noises. Loud noises. Righty, now you can receive so much more at once. Do you have a solar panel? No. You need some solar power. Probably wouldn't hurt for me to just include, I mean, this is already at that width, so it doesn't hurt to just chuck some solar power down. It's probably a bit of an oversight on my part when I was designing this thing, not to include solar power. Yeah, the reason I say that is when it's idling, it really should just not draw any power. Lots of cargo bays, not that it really needs it. Could probably, if anything, reduce the iron down to a furnace. Probably doesn't need a full foundry at this stage of the game. Alrighty. Oh, there it goes. Kick is into gear. That's that then. Done and done. A story yesterday about a company providing design and CAD files. Managers instruct employees there to inflate files arbitrarily because the customer will be resistant to pay for a 350 megabyte file, but is more satisfied with a 20 gig file despite containing the same value. Oh dear. I mean, I'm not surprised that that's a thing. I don't think I have legendary rocket turrets yet. I haven't really started producing them yet. I should probably go yell at Gleber to do that for me at some point. I mean, no time like the present, although I really want to go to Aquilo. The overall goal, so the goal that I'm trying to work towards is just upgrade all the different builds. Now, is this where I jettison this stuff over the side and then have regrets later? Is that a case of what's going to happen here? Hopefully not. Why have we got base quality gun turrets? Probably because there's a base quality gun turret somewhere I don't know about. Yeah, there it is. Yep, had to be. There we go. Fits a layout very optimized to type letters. And two symbols, it deeply hates you if you want to do something else. Oh yeah, with the new, yeah, because when you're writing letters, doing a new line is pretty normal. Is purple science is killing you? Oh, purple science. I was looking at that. I was thinking about purple science earlier today. Late game purple science is rough. It needs so much steel and stone. I was thinking about how to off-world different packs, and I think utility. This is a bit of a tangent now to purple science, but yeah, high-speed purple science is rough. Yeah, an electric furnace. It's a lot of high-value items, like the module. It's red circuits and green circuits, which oh, it's probably crafting them. Where are we at? Nervous. Oh yeah, this thing's eating all the stupid modules, that's right. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? Here, somewhere. There it is. This has been upgraded, of course, so it's a little bit simpler, but yeah, like red and greens, it's like it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're first starting out, it's brutal, because it's the drain on green circuits, it's not the same increase as blue circuits, but it is a significant increase in the green circuit drain. So in turn, you need to significantly increase green circuit production. And then the furnaces again, it's even more like it's a lot of very slow craft. Red circuits is a bit slow, and steel is very slow. So it's a huge burden on your iron supply. Um, I tend to pair, well, not to bury the lead or anything. From what we went through yesterday as well, as you said, I always like to pair railway track with a purple science machine because it's just easier that way, and just have them run at whatever speed and maintain it. Zoom out a bit, sure can. If you needed me to look at something in particular, I can do that. This is very much still a starter base. I'm just sort of keeping it ticking over. No, it's flatlined. Oh, that's why. Let me just switch this up a little bit. What do we want? I mean, Glebber Science is glebbering. We do want more explosive damage, but we can probably live without it for now. More low density, maybe? Bring that up. I might just... that's getting a bit expensive. Maybe it's time to drain Volcanist Science. It's been a while. Want to see the neatness of it all. I just appreciate the glory of the spaghetti bus. Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, what I do is, oh, that's not good. Why did you suddenly have issues? Postal Service has done this trip like 1,000 times. Why are you suddenly having issues? See, what I do is I never properly plan out the any kind of main bus on the... Yeah, you should be shooting bigs. It's really weird how that happens sometimes. Medium and small? Because I'm pretty sure that kind of damage was a big asteroid. So I don't know why it didn't stop it. Yeah, so I tend not to plan these out very thoroughly, and what happens is I always inevitably forget a couple of things, and so I then got to sort of tangle them in and wrangle them around somehow. And yeah, it turns into this monstrosity. I tend not, generally I don't worry about it too much because the reason I don't worry about it too much is because it's temporary, ultimately. And we all know that everything that's temporary is actually permanent, but it is actually temporary. Like, it needs to be pulled down. So yeah, the Gleber build, this thing that you're taking inspiration from, literally didn't see what hit him. That's the biggest problem with when it's taking damage is you get the alert after it takes damage, so you never get to see what it is. Yeah, it is 200 plus hour temporary. The trouble is that the starter base has been comfortably able to keep everything running for so long. But yeah, so with Aquilo, which I'm hoping to get to in the next hour, hopefully, I want to do this on Aquilo. Generally want to aim for this sort of build everywhere that I can. Also that, look at that, it's beautiful. That's the bit that's missing from Will's one. That's the Bioflux and carbon fiber launch. I pulled it out of his one. But yeah, what are you? You're gonna sit there for revs, not getting supplied. You're not gonna, what? Why? Oh, I know why. It's lucky I haven't left yet. Enable, disable, there we go. There. Now you can actually deliver stuff. So yeah, it was a bunch of recyclers for the bioflux. So this continuously deletes bioflux as it's coming in. So it's always, super fresh. 90. I mean, it could be better. 93% fresh ain't bad for this stage. There goes the carbon. Tearing every base up, rebuild it with the latest everything. It's pretty much what I've done. So I went to every planet, did a starter base, and now I'm just systematically going through and putting the high speed stuff down. So I wanted to get the ultimate Gleber going. So this thing is basically going to last forever now. Like, this thing will supply 11,000 Gleber signs a minute permanently. And it's also able to dump all of the carbon fiber right, you need to go to Narvis. Yeah, because this just got its hit of carbon fiber all in one go. It's perfect. We're just not going to see any damage there. All right, you are nearly ready to go. Up that to 200. Gleber is still surprisingly small. Gleber is really, Gleber is nothing. So when we got to building this the first time, Gleber is, mandatory Gleber is rocket fuel, Gleber science, and carbon fiber. And that is literally it. That is all you need to do. 1, 2, 3, and you're done. Oh, and rocket silos, but you send materials in to produce those, and it's done. If you need iron and copper to start making it self-reliant, self-sufficient, this is the optional fourth one, which you can then smelt into iron, copper, steel, whatever. Do need to bring in a little bit of calcite to make this work, but that's fine. You can either bring it from Vulcanus or collect it from space, like this platform is doing. It's just driving around, brooming up the inner planets and dropping calcite on planets that need calcite. Yeah. If you need bioflux from Gleber, just pick some bioflux out of one of these builds. For the longest time, I was just picking bioflux out of the rocket fuel build because it's so overabundant with stuff. It does make plastic as well on the side, just casually. Yeah, just bolt it on if you need anything else. But yeah, Gleber, once you get over the initial confusion and the different build style of Gleber, there really is nothing to it. It's very basic. When did you build the laser ship? Like a little while ago. Yeah, this was, yeah, I think you came in after I mentioned it. It was like 3 or 4 days ago. But yeah, this is the laser ship is something that I'd been sleeping on. I'd sort of brushed off laser as not really that effective, but get the damage up, it's fine. It's perfectly competent. I'm not entirely... I haven't got the Aquilo version working yet, but it's probably capable. Yeah, see? A little bit of bioflux there. Now, you're not getting the modules that you so desperately desire. Can you have epic then? What are the chances? I can downgrade you to epic and have it actually work. So yeah, we do the same on Aquilo. I've sort of headached out a science concept. And we'll work from there. And yeah, just feed into silos as before, as on Glebber. Right, the postal service has been repaired. Yep, you're receiving those. I'll hang on to the rocket turrets. So what is, oops, stopping you? Oh, you can turn back on. So when I loaded the save, yeah, that. Narvis was going mental, and it was because it wasn't receiving bioflux again. Too bad they're electric. We'll have a toast the turret ship. Ah, yeah, it's a shame. What are we up to? 59. It's building. It's brewing. Yeah, it just needs. I think it just needed more faster the biter situation. Alrighty.
Hello there.
Hello there. Alright, this thing needs a little bit of supply. Have you actually? You've got. I don't think you've done anything yet. Oh no, it's done a few. Oh yeah, it's armed up the gun turrets. Send it towards Glebber. Oh, it doesn't have any thrust fuel. Hasn't had any. Oh, you've had that. Oh, you need some ice and calcite. This is the hard part, getting your ice and calcite. This is where I should add a reprocessor to the step. I basically need to wait for an ice chunk to float by until that happens. Trouble is, all it needs is one. That's all it needs is one. You just float up into the grabby hand. That's all I need you to do. Then we can keep things going. All right, you. Are you satisfied? Sort of. You can get rid of that. Just bring these in. Oh, it's got better bots. Nice. It's got a lot of epic reactors too. There it is. It grabbed the thingy. We has ice. We had ice. We have thruster oxidizer. We don't have thruster fuel yet. Oh, you need calcite. That's why. Yeah, I'll check it out. I was hoping that was ice. Oh, we got some rockets though. No rush. Alrighty. I can get by that. Yeah, the thing that was probably the most surprising about this is that this build only needs, like, I actually got the number wrong. I had thought it was 4, but it's actually only 2. Hey, King. The 500k ship? I think this one's 480. It's meant to be a sort of a mid-tier one. Dang it. You're meant to, like... Can you do that and then that, please? There we go. And just thrust it into some asteroids. Please, if you could be so kind. There we go. We got some crap. Are those base? Oh no. Very good. I was worried there for a moment. I put base quality ones on. I have two versions of this platform, a base quality and a legendary quality. I might need to do a few laps just to sort of charge everything up. There it goes. The ice flow forth. Just add circuit condition to all of these so it doesn't fly away, because this is meant to be quite literally a come back. Like just for shuffling round. Personal shuffling. Alright, you travel to the place platform. Right, that belt's looking a lot better. What are we limiting on? 140. Like it's actually bothered with that. You can go back. Whee! There we are. Always max out at 480ish? Yeah. It's hard to get... It's hard to really push beyond. What does it get to? I didn't actually pay attention. It's up there. Yeah, 480ish. As long as it's above about 4... I generally target about 450, 460. Anything above that I'm perfectly fine with. There's only so much you can do, and it's not as much of a problem anymore, but certainly integer overflow, yeah, I don't like using the overflow trick. It's just a personal preference. In theory, you should be able to output the individual ones here. I forget. I thought of a way of it to work, a way to get it to work. There's a way to get, or you can actually just also just do them directly, but that I don't want to type in the same thing 3 times. All right, let's go to Aquilo. Oh, actually, I forgot to look at the Nugs blueprint. Completely forgot about that. Yeah, you shouldn't rely on any kind of stuff like that. It's a really bad habit to get into. Part of the reason why I don't do it is that I used to use, big negative numbers and that sort of thing a lot. And the game there used to be an overflow thing with numbers above 20 million, which shouldn't happen. But you start to get some used to get some real weird behavior above 20 million. It was about 20 million. But I'm talking version 14 stuff though, so it's quite an old version. It hasn't quite charged up on rockets yet. It's probably a little overeager. Right, what are you holding out on coal? Holding out on sulfur. I really need to stop doing these games with this stuff. Ah! Stupid. Oh, stupid thing. To have to. Oh dear. There. There we go. That's why it's not making stuff. Do you have a condition on you? No. Do you have one? No, it's literally just to throw make sulfur only. That's its existence. Can I, like, attack the tile without... There you go. I knew you should crank out rockets. Alright. We want to drop onto Aquilo. I'm trying to think of other examples. I can't remember one off the top of my head, but there have been a few other circuit network tricks like that that have been patched out of the game because of, or inadvertently, indirectly patched out of the game because of changes in logic. Yeah, it's definitely not worth relying on. You're not getting holmium. You are at it again. You stop cycling. Because that's actually a bit of a problem if I'm not making fusion fuel. Because I kind of need fusion fuel. So now that we're here, I'm going to save that up and show you what I've been working on. It's a bit of a show and tell. So I'm going to switch mode for a moment. And we can go to Aquilo here. So that is true, yes. It makes it a lot easier to fix it when it inevitably needs fixing. So where are we at? Oh, this is some yeah. I'm experimenting with logistics science on Vulcanus. That's not what we want today. We want you. So 22,222 is our target. 22,222 science a minute, which need 22 cryo plants, which is convenient. Fair chunk of cooling, cooling the hot cold juice. Now there's a reason where that I was looking at that I arrived at. I think yeah, 5555 was the quarter of this because yeah, this only needs a little over one lithium machine. So if I go to 11111, now it's 0.6 and it's 2.8. It's nearly two furnaces, which means you could do direct insert. So if I halve it again, now it's 1.4. So for a quarter of it, I can feed two furnaces directly. Yeah, and then it's 6. So this is sort of what I'm targeting. So one lithium machine, two furnaces, 6 of those, and pretty much everything else is just ones. And so this is something I've been jotting this down as I have ideas, but I haven't committed to it fully. This is basically just this again. You can see it's nearly the same. I just added beacons to it. So this is 14 beacon, which, did I put that in? 14 beacon, yep. And then, yeah, I had this idea that it could have like two Sidewinder furnaces that are 9 beacon. Did I put that in? Yes, I did. I think at 8 beacon it was fine. Yeah, it's 1.5, so it could live without. But I realized you could Sidewinder it, and yeah. The only downside is it's a little wonky with the chest. I would like to try and get rid of that if I can. But I don't think I can. So that'll be annoying. Don't do anything you don't do anything anymore. You don't do anything anymore. Having them separate out like that's also kind of annoying. You need to heat that up. Yeah, once you get over that initial thing with the heat pipes, it's not really that daunting. It just becomes annoying, really. Shove you in there. Need to get a heat pipe in there to defrost the beacon. Let's move you out of the way. So what are you at? You're at 6 beacon at the minute. You can go there, which means you can go there and there. So we can, have little winglets and potentially don't need these anymore. You are now 7 beacon. Got to be careful though, because it needs to actually output. So you're 9 beacon, you're 8 beacon. There. 8 and 8. It feels a little inefficient, but it's probably alright. Like these could even duck down a tile, like that. 1, 2, 3, is that? Yeah, 8, because it's beacon aligned. Yeah, we've got a single heat pipe down the middle, like that. Unfortunately, there's nowhere to output inserters, so the only way to really deal with it is fling out the sides. It's not amazing. I also see problems getting stuff down. You got to get holmium in somehow. Probably in there. Oh, you need to get pipes out too. I'm trying to make it all one linear strip. I could drop a beacon like that. No room for pipes? Yeah, I think you might be right. But we'll see how we do. That won't do. I think I'm about to imprison the heat pipes. Oh, unless I do that. Now you're 8 beaconed. 8 and 8. Oh yeah, beacon aligned. 8. 8, yeah. You could just dive straight into there. So you can run heat pipes around like that. You can go all the way around. So actually, because that doesn't matter, it can come up here, and then I don't need to go on the outside. I might use that as the heat pipe injection, or the heat injection. Substation with heat tower. Yeah, could do. Yep, that fits in there, like that. Then that can distribute the heat all the way around there. And you can just put a substation somewhere else. Plenty of room for them. Can put them on the outsides. There's nothing saying they need to be in the middle. It's just there as a matter of convenience. So I could do that. And just figure it out later. So what does a heat tower get me, though? The question. You're also 9 beacon. What do you need to be? 10 ideally. Not that it really matters. What about that? Does... Don't need a heat pipe connected. Oh, you want me to put heat in? You want me to use it as a heater directly? Like that. And that. Although I want to try and avoid bots if I can. Do something along those lines. Feed from that heat for now. Yeah, when you fuel it, the tower will heat the area. Yeah, even for heat, I want to try and eliminate all because I'm sure the performance hit isn't that bad. I'd have to quantify it, but yeah, let's grab that. Yeah, yeah, do that. Every time. And now we're gonna clean the inventory again. Every time. I hate that so much. 5x, yeah, it's still, you still feel it on the legendary ones. It's not as bad, but you still feel it. Yeah, there we go. And I can wire this to it. And, or that specifically. Oh, there you go, it's already set. So it isn't just always pouring stuff in. Nine beacon, 9 beacon. Oh, it's because that one doesn't cover both. Flash, how you doing? No dedication, the calm stream, pretty cozy to listen to. Was like the blueprints? Oh, thanks. I'm glad you're getting use out of them. They do need some attention again, admittedly. Do you plan, by any chance, to create an RHD train blueprint? Yeah, I've been forgetting to do that. Because I did tend to make I did maintain a writer and driver in 1.1, or pre 2.0. Is that in any way practical? Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a timeline, but it is something that I do want to do. Because as I say, I did maintain maintain the old one. Could actually pull that up and then. Forward, only go to blueprint. Now I have to switch your brain to left-hand drive living in Germany. Oh yeah, and the burner inserter doesn't freeze. But once this thing goes, it'll never freeze again. It'll never run out. Hello, raining stuff. I hope that was holmium. Yes, it is. Oh, there's a different one anyway. Different save. The wrong hand drive. So yeah, that's the plate. Then it needs ice, and then I need the cold juice. Like you need one of them, except it needs them instead of them. Then I've got to decide how. So this makes. I'm jumping ahead a bit here. Let me rotate it so it makes a little bit more sense. So if I put that there, Where are we at? Rest. Can we have that? Yeah, there we go. Just paint a nice long spike out, like so. And add some frozen roboports. Not really true. There were advantages both right hand drive, left hand drive. Yeah. Easy way to flip a balancer from 8 to 5, either 5 to 8. Not easily, unfortunately. The trick for a balancer is anything that's not a power of 2 is derived from a power of 2. So if I have this ancient tome here, I might put that down on a planet where it doesn't freeze. So this ancient balancer here, that one. It's an 8 to 8. So if you want to go from 5 to 8, what you want to do is you want to feed. We start with 4, so it doesn't matter how you feed it. It could be there, 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 and there. The main thing is 4 of them go to each. One of each of the 4 goes to a splitter, and then just pick anyone to send the 5th to. So just shove it there, or say. So with the right-hand drive, left-hand drive, there's a symmetrically mirrored version. So if something's possible in right-hand drive but not in left-hand drive, there's a symmetrically mirrored version of that where it will work in left-hand drive and not in right-hand drive. Do I have an example on tap? Trying to think of one. I don't know if I can still do this in the 2.0 Rails, but in the 1.1 Rails, if you did super tight like that junctions, something like that, there. I'm pretty sure this is actually possible now in the 2.0 junctions. So if you were to say go that away, yeah, so you can't place the signals there. I hope this actually works out. Yeah, you can't place the signals on it, but you should be able to the other way around. There. Don't need to horrifically unbutcher it. Like you should be able to do this. And actually, yeah, it's changed a little bit. That took a 5 to 4 balancer, then just split off the 4 outputs into 2. Yep. Yeah, I think I haven't found all of the combinations where it doesn't work yet. I found some real annoying ones, however. I think this one is now very possible, which never used to be. Ah, this is actually a bug. You see how this one here is changing color, and it's not actually supposed to. So it means a train here blocks a train here. That's actually a separate issue to what I'm describing. But yeah, that's a little gotcha for you. So don't build this. Don't build this crossover. Yeah. Yeah, I can make this. This was the sort of one that always comes to my mind. I can pull this away a little bit to give it a bit more room, and then it signals. But yeah, the equal and opposite mirror of this that can be signaled can't be signaled. Yeah, like that. So yeah, that's fully signaled. And then if I flip it, flip it, okay. And in 1.1, shouldn't be able to do this. It looks like I can in 2.0, so it's kind of a mood example. Never mind. But yeah, in 1.1, one of these would signal, the other wouldn't. No idea how trains work, but I'll take your word for whatever you're showing as a bug. Yeah, it's did I save a copy? If I was to furnish as an example, just to really demonstrate it. So I put that there, that there. Yeah, you want to go up to here. You know, say it's you know, two parallel running lines, like that, and you want to be able to, you know, there's a train in the way right here, and so you want to be able to diverge. Where's the chain signal? That's just to really hammer it home. But suddenly, you can't. Both of them are red, even though you know the train, the blockage train is over here. As told by the dev when the issue was reported, its intended behavior. Yeah, sounds familiar. Whereas over here, it only goes blue. I consider it a bug because it's an inconsistency. Although having said that, I think that one connects as yeah, that one connects as well. It's sort of a signal being able to be placed in what should be an illegal spot. That's why, to me, it's a bug. But yeah, so avoid that style of crossing. You could do with some warmth. There you go. Oh, it heated up anyway. So yeah, we got our 6 thingies. Need nearly 1 cooler. Even with 10 beacons and 8 speed modules, it needs a lot of cooling. Top on the boundary in between track tiles. Basement doesn't strictly match the boundary. Yeah, it's that. The trains. Hitboxes are weird. So, it's the same weirdness that let that tunnel bridges and tunnels mod exist. If you remember that one, that existed briefly. It used a sort of like a hitbox exploit. Yeah, just do something like that. It just makes the heat pipe experience here a little less wibbly wobbly. to put it put it in technical terms, it's less wibbly wobbly. There's a reason why this ran down the outside, and I forget what it is. It's worth having a single line of heat pipe, belted rocket fuel, and occasional heating towers on Aquilo. Basically, a main bus of heat. I it helps give you isolated zones of heat. The problem with Aquilo, so this is probably my getting into a rant about Aquilo, is that most of it isn't necessary. Like, this is all you really need. I mean, you don't even need GPUs. These things can be done in space. Aquilo is a nothing burger for the most part. It's probably the best way to put it. There's just nothing happens here. Nothing of note happens. And it's kind of a shame. doesn't hurt to maybe that far apart have some heat pipes going on. And that's why I'm sort of inclined towards a main bus of heat, because then it should have a thingy. This thing. Here we go. That kicks some heat into it. It's already come down to 200 though. I mean, admittedly, it didn't really absorb much into the heat pipe. Still funny. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking main bus of a belt of heat instead of having what to bring it. Aquilo feels unfinished. It does, doesn't it?
Hello there.
Also, hello there. Alright, you... some productivity modules. I don't know if it actually needs the productivity modules, but I'm going to put them there. Doesn't even really need... It sort of doesn't need beacons, the silos. So what are we doing? We're 5555. So... 2, 4, 5, 6. So that's one batch being launched per minute. So for every minute that we want, so if we want 10 launches, this thing needs to fill up 1, 2, 3, like 10 times the number of silos. Also, I don't think I said it, but hi, Darthy. Distance limit for heating towers? I don't know it off the top of my head. It's really comes down to how much of the heat is absorbed into buildings and such. There's like each step has a, I say buildings, each step has a heat consumption associated with it, and it's however far that is. I think it, off the top of my head, I think I'm wrong, but I want to say 90 tiles. Like, cause over here is 500 degrees, and yeah, it's being powered by this heating tower, so whatever that is. That's more than 90 then, a lot more than 90. Maybe 200. Yeah, I thought it was a bit more. I'm just not really like Gleber. Gleber. I've got Gleber on the brain now. Ah. There we go. Yeah, it's all about the heat load. There is a consideration. It's just half baked though. It's so half baked. Wow, Green Underground's 200 kilowatts. Yeah, Beacon's 400. Gleber on the wrinkle brain. It's Gleber is turning the wrinkle brain into the smooth brain. Yeah, you can see it loading it down now. It's really slowed down. So what did I say it was? So yeah, 6 silos for every 1 minute. I thought, I was looking at it, I was like, I'm pretty sure that's wrong. There we go, 6 silos. I don't know how long a flight cycle is. Annoyingly. Just contemplating. Do that, it's 1 every 4 minutes. Do that, it's 1 every 8 minutes. Quality silos aren't worth it? Nope. Completely useless. They increase the craft speed, but they don't increase the animation speed, so you're always bottlenecked on animation. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. 1, 2, 3. So what is that? 2, 4... 8? I always cut for some reason. 2, 4, 6, 8 minutes. And then can drop like a heat tower here. Just plucking the number entirely arbitrarily. What do you mean you need less beacons? Once you're fully where is it? Rocket parts productivity. So when you get this up to 27, I think it is, you no longer need productivity modules in the silo. So you just put speed modules in the silo. And then you don't need beacons anymore. And it's basically as fast as the silo. The silo is now as fast as it can go without beacons. Yeah, it's only worth the attention if you're going for legendary everything. If you want legendary everything, go for it. Go for the high quality silos. Otherwise, it's not worth the effort. What about before Rocket Pro? Uh, so if you were way under that, so like this is only I can find out by removing it. It's only plus 60% productivity. In that case, it would matter. The way this build is also set up, so it's set up for, what was it, 2, 4, 6, 8 minutes per run, or per cycle, which means it's got 8 minutes to craft a rocket. So it sort of doesn't matter in that way as well. Finally building the purple science and testing for the first time. Nice. Hopefully it works. What is it actually? I didn't really thought about what it takes. It's not that hard to do a legendary one, admittedly. Like, I could craft legendary silos quite easily. Slip in efficiency, lower the power, and happy. That is a good point. That is a fair argument. Make quality legendary silos and pop a few efficiency modules in them. Maybe speed again to offset it, because you only need, what is it, two? No, you only need speed efficiency ones. You could put like legendary efficiency ones in here and get the max possible benefit out of it, I think. It shows how little I know about efficiency modules. Prior to 2.0, they were pretty useless. So I've run the heat pipe down the middle, which is kind of silly on account of the fact that the output product also goes down the middle. But it is a bit of a placeholder. Yeah, I just want to output direct. I don't know that I'm enthused about it. So yeah, what I effectively want, is 4 of these in a line. Hmm. Is it something I want? Actually push these out a little bit further, like that. I got those in the wrong spot. I was just thinking, do that. There. It's probably overkill as far as heating towers go, but symmetry. That's the only reason I'm doing it. Symmetry. Blop. And blop. 2, 4, 6. And 6. 6. Heat pipes on the outside and legendary long inserters? Possibly. I had thought about that. Double long boys on the outside. What I was going to try first was insta-freeze. That. Then like that. So it sort of alternates. Stack inserter. Stack inserter. So you get fed. You don't get fed because the cadence is wrong, but that's fine. It just needs to do that. Then it's correctamundo. There. Legendary birder inserters for the memes. There you go. Now you're thinking with portals. I've forgotten about that actually. Remember it being mentioned somewhere. Just legendary burner inserter Aquilo. It's never going to get heated. I am also roughly approximating the actual timing, um, because it is slightly different. I should be more shattered. Oh, technically, well, this is refined concrete, so it would be more like that. That's the natural ice. The problem is that you can't build on the artificial ice. Can't actually build stuff on it. You've got to put concrete over the top of it, which then converts it into the concrete edging. So it's kind of hilarious in that regard. It does actually have the visuals. It's just you put concrete over them, so you never see them. It's actually funny too, all that talk about undergrounds, and I just slap them down here, just not care. I mean, it needs one anyway to do the zigzag, so might as well just go nuts. So weird with such a straight shoreline. Yeah, it really detracts from the whole floating iceberg sort of situation you have. Takes away from it. Could pull the beacons in a little bit. right. And, oh, those are... Might as well pull them tight against the silo. And be consistent with the other side. I can see how this performs. Could actually put it down the middle as well, potentially. Could also actually ram them together and go on the outside instead. Might also work. There's quite a few ways to do it that I can see. Alright, you go there. You go there. Output that. It's working. Nice. Can't reach the inserter. Yellow in space isn't as painful. Yellow, you might be in for some surprises. Space, you might be scratching your head for a moment when you're initially setting it up, but you only need like 2 machines actually making space signs. It's very minimal. Should be more annoying. Underground heat pipes, but no underground anything else, or the current system. I think no underground everything else, because you still need to wrangle everything else around each other. And so having no underground belts or pipes means you have to make an entirely planar style base, which would be nothing short of excruciating. Use a loader to output heat. You can use, there is an actual heat outputter. Yeah. Yellow science is a huge resource drain of everything. Specifically, low density, or both of these two. Low density annihilates copper and steel, and blue circuits annihilates green circuits. You need a lot of green circuits when that gets up and running. Yep, that little bit there. In the case of 1.1 space science, it's just producing satellites. It's just the usual pain. It's it also well, space age space science is nothing. Space science 1.1 is kind of pain. You got to craft the satellite, which it's not the worst, but the control units and eats a fair bit of circuits. The Low density structures even more so because you need 10 per craft instead of 1 per craft. These need 1 per craft instead of 10. So you need 740 per rocket. If you're going 1 rocket a minute, that's 740 a minute, which is what was it? You know, all that steel and copper, and I suppose plastic as well. It just eats everything. With the heat bias, if things go wrong, it'll take half a day to unthaw. Yeah. My thinking was this can then attach to isolated segments like that. So each parallel segment is like that. So they draw from the same belt, but they, one shares heat with the other to maintain heat, to maintain the bus. So losing one segment, or if one segment has issues with rocket fuel supply on, like this end site has rocket fuel supply issues here, and there's rocket fuel on its neighbor, then it can still maintain this belt so it doesn't fully die. It'll have multiple rocket launch. Oh yeah, the dual rocket launch. I mean, if I wanted to really kickstart things, I'll do that. There. And just pre-thaw everything. Well, actually, if I really wanted to, I'd get the thermal thing out again. Yeah, you want to avoid heat pipe spam as much as possible. There. Get rid of all the artifacts. So, that is, the science supplied. I don't think what I was thinking of was working. I was curious about a blue belt that, did something like that. But yeah, like, this can't work with it. Oh yeah, can't do that. That's why it's stuck to the middle. Yeah, I need 2 belts to go through there for that to work. Yeah, so it won't work. Last row has more. Yes, it does. Go. Get rid of you. Yeah, that significantly helped bring things down quicker. And yeah, throttling the temperature means it won't consume much once it gets up to temperature. Gives me time to stall and think about how to supply the silos. How many was that total? 48. That's a lot of parallel launches. I think I'm making a mistake somewhere in my thinking. Sushi belt the rocket parts. Oh, I'm not ready to resort to a sushi belt yet. Unless I do expand the middle. I'm an idiot. freeze looks fun. How do you supply rocket parts when you have a belt of a third of the rocket parts right there in front of you? uh, dear. Where we're out. Something like that. Oops. Dug a hole in the... can you... There you go. And put that there. So what I want to in fact do is move that belt to there. Have that there. It's lucky I didn't make this thing nuclear fuel. Really learn to use the hotkeys. I do know what they are. For whatever reason, I just never use them. I've never really been inclined to use them. I suspect that's down to the... how do you cover? Oh, okay. That's kind of annoying. I suspect it's down to the fact that the pipette tool exists. And so I'm disincentivized to use hotkeys because the pipette tool does everything for you. Nuclear fuel rockets. It's like end up like Oni, where the nuclear engines leaves nuclear fallout when it launches and poisons all the dupes. Only slightly. Thankfully, radiation's completely irrelevant in Oni. Otherwise, it would be a problem. Yeah, substations don't quite reach all the way over. Long inserter. You know how it's probably on the wrong side too. Never managed it to space an Oni. Always other problems with paralyzed colony before that. Yeah. It's an glacier. True. So there is one exception to that, or two exceptions. I had the overflow glitch where rads. If you had a rad source and a particular combination of tiles, I think it was a particular diagonal combination of tiles, and it like blocks, and then for some reason the last one of these tiles, it goes from, if you like 5,000, 2,000 rads, it's like down to 150, 40, and then it's like 20,000 that just emits here, and then gives the maximum possible radiation debuff to a dupe, and it's guaranteed death if they're exposed to it. I've had that happen once. The other one that I have had happen was I had a compressed storage of nuclear waste for powering the collectors for that were then it was the the rad bolt collectors that were firing rad bolts into, I think it was the diamond press, but also the rad bolt engines, and something happened to it. Oh, that's right. It was in space, and it was made of. I did make it out of some high melting temperature metal, but it kept accumulating temperature to the point where the actual material melted and it exploded in a fountain everywhere and irradiated every dupe that walked through it with very severe radiation sickness. It was funny, but also really annoying. It's a fun bug. As far as I'm aware, it's still in the game too. But any of the normal radiation handling stuff, yeah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Having said that, I do keep the dupes in lead suits around the bees. Actual hell, yes. This is the true glamour. The rad suits with the beaters, because those things, if the dupes get hit by the hive when it's consuming uranium, that's a very bad time. That ring is at its core. What is it, like 2,000 rads? I think. I want to say 2,000 rads. It might be a little less than that. It does, like, it emits like 3. Can you delete that, please? Thank you. The beater hive, like, it emits an outward flowing ring as a hive pulse. I've had them get moderate sickness through a suit, but they were standing on the hive and they got all of the pulses. So it was the worst possible thing. I suppose in that regard, it isn't actually meaningless. I've kind of proven the point. But it just feels like it's not really an insurmountable problem. How about I just go round the pipe like that? There. Doesn't help with the idea that I was mumbling about, but it's something. Had more problems with building on other planets and slowly mounting rad dose from space. Yeah, that's true. I'd forgotten about that one. Or, sunburns, another annoying one when they're doing the initial digging and moving stuff. The belt above the substation. This one, it's next to a heat. Oh, it's getting diagonal coverage. I remove that, then it freezes. Yeah, and same over here. Yeah, it's getting coverage. I suspect this one's going to be a fair amount of iteration, unfortunately. It's an annoying of a planet as it is. When trying to make quality uranium, I'm already at the second patch. I haven't actually started quality uranium yet. I really need to. I don't know what that was meant to be. A half-baked mess or something. There. Try that again. Just be less terrible. Still wrong. Moving the mouse too quickly or something. Or eyeballing it wrong, or just incompetent. Could be any number of things working against me. There we go. Direct recycling. Oh, yeah, direct recycling or yeah, direct recycling can be a bit rough with producing things. Probably the slowest thing I have right now is the direct recycling um, spider eggs for prod mods. I'm not 100% sure what can be uncrafted back into biter eggs. Hmm. So, I mean, we've got a third of what's necessary. Problem is that's going to freeze. Almost need a... It's annoying. Maybe. Maybe. Or do I just underground it? After all that was said and done about undergrounding, just underground it. I suppose technically the way to negate the effects of undergrounding is make it max length. There's also the concept that nothing matters. Whee! Blurp. Think you want to be wasteful of heat because this planet makes a glut of rocket fuel? This is true, and it's kind of why I am sort of leaning on just being fairly cavalier with it. That is a repeating pattern, so I can, you know, make that better. And less in the way. I don't know that I am a fan of having semi-open loops like that. Especially if you... I mean, it's fine if there's a way to delete it over time. Kinda, but also not really, like Captain of Industry. Captain of Industry kinda leaves you hanging with a lot of uh, production. You just sort of got to figure it out until you unlock the process to remove it properly. But it is at least reasonably thought out. The one I would complain about is the Bob style Bobs? No, it'd be more angels, if anything. Just forcing you to like delete and juggle all kinds of products that you can't deal with. 1,000 overcomplicated processes. Yeah, and it reaches the end as well. Perfect. Ah. You don't reach there. Bob seemed overcomplicated here from the start. Yeah, it's complexity for the sake of complexity is the best way to describe Bob's. It's just all these things to sort of just they exist for the sake of exist. Like they don't really fit in none of the stuff or a lot of the stuff you make in Bob's it doesn't fit into a wider system. It just sort of layers of complexity. You do sort of. It does sort of work in one way. Hey, Lucas. In that, uh, like one example would be you make the really basic circuits, you know, with the full you make the fulonic whatever it is the wood-based resin and copper circuit boards, and then you pass those through into a more complicated process, and you add electronic components. But I'm pretty sure from memory, it eventually diverges and you have to start a whole new process. If memory serves me right. Sort of builds onto it, but also doesn't quite. So coal, yeah, it's less than 30. Overrice soil is better than prod. Um, from Navasigaleba. Yeah. I haven't really looked into that actually. I should. I think we had that last night and I forgot about it. Come to think of it. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking for silos. The problem is I've now got to do that 4 times. How does this... Probably poorly. Because yeah, it conjoins the like it sort of doesn't really tile. Hi, new here. Yeah, I've inadvertently made something that doesn't tile, which is now annoying. Yeah, it should like sit there. It needs to thread like the bottom one is what it does. It's a lot of rockets. Yeah, the theory is that it's enough rocket, it's bottling up enough of this science so that it only needs to launch once every 8 minutes. So it makes it's a bit of an approximation because it's only 5.4, not 6. So there is some excess. I should actually figure out what the actual value is. It's probably closer to 10 minutes. But it means there's plenty of time between platform launches. Actually, is it? 48. It's probably enough on its own, really. On its own, some thinking about it. Can I even land, like, ingest that? So no is the answer. So it needs 2 salvos worth. I should have thought of that. 34. It's actually, I only want 32 silos. I don't want that. Yeah, that's what it should be. Beaconing outside? Oh, I'm just not bothering with beacons at all. Alright, restore you. So yeah, that's a bit more practical. Everyone's keen for the beacons, but it doesn't need it. Like, in the time it takes for a platform to go from Aquilo to Narvis and back, it's going to take minutes. I mean, I can do it. It just doesn't need it. Realistically, that can go there. Like that. Just hang around the outside. More bacon. Just one wrong move and you tear up the entire platform. Yeah, I'm liking this a little better. How many soils? I believe the answer is yes. Let's rework this. 10, 11. Oops. Damn it. 2. No, that's a bad one to grab. The end one. That one. Yeah, I was contemplating whether or not I should put heating towers in the middle. The survey says yes, you really should do that. I'll make it 3 wide again. Really just want to nail this one down. Spending way too much time on it, but I do want to nail it down. Dang it, there. Again with the cut. It's become a habit now. I really just want to nail it down and get it right. Then I can say I'm done with it forever and then come back to it in like a few days' time. Tearing up the platform, drift away. Oh, you have to throw some ropes to tie it down. That pattern's wrong. Appears to be getting wronger. That's better. I need to do that. So now this can grab like it's a normal thingy, like so. More wronger? You mean more incorrect? No, I mean more wronger. More wronger means is like more incorrect, which is more wronger. It's terrible. I'm sure it upsets someone. That's what makes it funny. At least in my mind. Aha. Perfect length. Wronger is righter. Exactly. More wronger, more righter. How else do you make a wrongin'? G'day. Don't really go anywhere after that. You don't go anywhere after that. Now, do you have rocket fuel in you? That's the question. If you do, you should spring to life very soon. There. Oh, I could do... Yeah, that. New, and then that there. And I don't need the pokey sticks. That and that. That. There's a spider crawling up the wall. It's fine. Perfectly normal thing to happen. I'm just like, what's that? I can see out of the corner of my eye. It's how I know. It's the true reason as to how I know when it's nearly end time, because the spiders start waking up for the night and lurking about. Yay, the tedious task of fixing all of the blueprint errors. Mostly what I do is fix those sorts of things. Can't help but notice I did that too. Alrighty. So that's 32 silos. It's not 48, but it's a better multiple. A power of 2 goes into a train a lot better because what does a train hold? 16,000 or 32,000. I forget which. I think it's 32,000. Yeah, stack size 200, 200 by 40. Multiplied by 4. So... make things work better. It does, yes. It's already been 2 hours. It can go a little longer. I just need to decide what I want to do for the rest of the rocket parts, though. What do I even do with the rest of the rocket parts? How do I weave it in the middle? Am I going for pain? Possibly. I think that might be on the too hard basket. That's a bad place. Let's it's just like, hang on, I can't run a substation around that. Or a heat pipe around the substation there. So I need to do that. And you can go there, and then you can freeze over there. Unless, just for no apparent reason at all, it weaves like that. For literally no reason at all. Problem though is that it can't really stretch very far. So that's why I was sort of avoiding that one. No reason to go that close again. I mean, I suppose I could heat up the silos with it, so I could do it. Yep, it's all good. Aquilo-based technology that creates something similar to packaging from Don't Starve. I'm trying to remember. Is that a well, actually, the only thing I really remember of Don't Starve is Chester. Chester was great. I like Chester. A weird little chest thing that he is. And the doingy sound that he makes when he walks. Yeah, I've got that as an option. Blue. Suspect I'm making life too hard for myself. Alright. In that case... looks like it will be long inserters. So long inserter club, let's out a cheer. It's long inserter time. Oh, there's no room there. There we go. There. There. Doop. Boop. Blurp. 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 And blurp. I should really put in another one of these. Rebuild it with pass-through underground belts. That would be another option. Admittedly, I am sort of trying to avoid doing another rebuild. That doesn't seem right. Because I'm off by a tile. Should actually be there. The symmetry of the long hands. You gotta love it. Just to make room for the uh, substations. Blurp. There you go. Defrost. Defrost. Meow. That's where I was saying it'd be a good idea to bend those down like that. Can actually stay down that way there. Functional. That's probably the word I'd use to describe it. Functional. Spoilable products inside packaging and they don't spoil anymore, but you have to unpack the item if you want to use it. And that's the end of the packaging, is it? So I wonder why there aren't a ton of Factorio memes with bacon? I think that sort of happened years ago. We went through the bacon phase quite a while ago. Yeah, it's a bit all over the place, aren't they? Alright, so at least got something workable for the rocket silos, which means products coming down either side. I'll probably just split somewhere here. A Beaconator achievement for a reason, yep. Sure, yes, that. You still need to cool the hot cold juice. This turns the hot cold juice into the cold juice. You need ammonia. Ammonia comes from the ammonial separation, the ocean separation. Ammonia-oceanial separation. Apparently this produces surplus ice. Excess ice can be deleted. I haven't decided what the best strategy for that is. A quality achievement, damn straight. The most quality of all achievements. So this would happen like back here. And that could go in there. What I should do is just make another one of these that's identical, ish. It is a symmetric pair. So yeah, so you can only output hot cold juice or cold juice. You need ice and oh, you. Yeah. Yeah, now it doesn't need anything inserted into it or removed from it. So there's more hot cold juice going in. Oh, it's the wrong way around. Yeah, it's like that. I don't know how much this needs stuff. We need to actually make it. You need your own unique supplies. Isn't there something that can be done separately though? There it is. Because you could direct feed. Is there a world in which this could like somehow feed direct? I don't think so is the answer. But it's only like 0.01, it's very little. This is a tricky one. You just come in by a rocket. I feel like there's something that's crawled onto my foot. If it's likely to be anything, it was likely to be a spider. That's fine. It's not like I'm swimming in them lately. I mentioned this before, the weather's been really tropical, and that drives them inside. And so that's why I see so many. So many more than normal. I mean, instead of seeing like 3 up on the wall, you see 5 up on the wall or 7 up on the wall. It's funny, it's like I put so I have a TP-Link 2.5 gig switch. It's dead. That does semi-relate to the network woes that I have. And like 2 days later, the thing was entirely entombed in spider's webs. It's just on the floor in the corner with a bunch of other network cables. It's just, there's a whole spider's web there now. Guess some spider wants to upgrade their networking. I feel like this is going to go nowhere very fast. Another bite. Hope not. So what were you? The plate and the ice. So yeah, you make the plate here, and then I need the ice from you. You make ammonia. Where do we sink the ammonia? Oh no, you go into. Why are you going to rocket fuel? Oh, because I told her to make rocket fuel, that's why. That's better. Yeah, see, now it makes a surplus of rocket fuel. Not rocket fuel, the stuff you use to make rocket fuel. That's why I added the rocket fuel here. Yeah, so if I pull that down, it should balance out the ammonial production. Somewhere around there, yeah, it's going down to 80? 79-ish? Somewhere around there. 78? 76? There it is. Plus 1.1. It just needs some solid fuel and the excess ammonia. Plus a little bit of oil on the side. Where's the rocket fuel maker? 0.2. Another thing that I'm also not sure on is centralizing or not centralizing this stuff. Because it could be done, I could send the ammonia back elsewhere, which then supplies the rocket fuel in bulk. Like the way the lab is saying the best way to get holmium is by recycling EM plants. Yeah, it does some real wacky things like that. Because it doesn't really understand it. Is that factor Y? I don't remember where it is, but I'm sure there was a way to specify input ingredients, or I might be thinking of a different page. Because you should be able to, I'm sure you're just able to specify it somehow. Unless that was it, just hide it to say it just snaps itself out of thin air. Because if I bring this back up, yeah, you're going to be a surplus again. Somewhere around 1,000. It's still only one machine for four of it. Yeah, that's why I was thinking about consolidating it because it's for four of these. It's kind of enough. You can set them to inputs instead of outputs. I've forgotten how. Or is that the add machines? Yeah, I've forgotten. I was sure you could do it. I've just forgotten how. I don't. Oh, do you mean um just here? Just add holmium. Oh, input. There you go. Yeah. There we go. That's right. Yeah, I've forgotten about that. Yeah, I'm thinking consolidate this somewhere on its own, separate to here, and then have one of these that filters out. Maybe even pull it out a little bit. Nothing. I mean, there's so little on Aquilo. Could just separate it out. How many ammonial separated? Oh, the separation only needs one machine. Hmm. And that feeds the entire bank. So, yeah, it could be like up there on its own. This could be up on its own, and it trickles down. Hang on. So no. You take the ice directly. You take the holmium. So like you could be up here and just come down and straight in. Just literally side load or something. Something like that. What happens when you output? Goes on the top, doesn't? No, it goes on the bottom. Oh, that was also legendary. Whee. Can't do anything with it. What about that stuff? You're cooling. Yeah, that's the cooling one. Okay, that one is dedicated to each build. Yeah, and then I need a single one. A single one does that. And yeah, it can be its own thing. So these are like external, and then this is part of its own thing. Which means... potentially... to go up like that. And sneeze like so. At which point, it would need... what would it need? Do I dare share all of these? Doesn't hurt it. Yeah, I'll just keep it as is. Have to do that. Oops. A little too keen. Beep. Burp. And... high enough. Actually, if I'm gonna wibble wobble it up, do that. Yeah, like that. Kablamo. So we can feed all of them. And then where it produces, have a tank, and then only output when this is like less than 8,000. It's a completely random value. But 8,000 sounds about right. You just need water and that. Water is... Let's just do that. You go there. Let's pull it all the way over here. I have a feeling this is going to be a fairly significant multi-part extravaganza. So I need to go to bed soon. Wrong water? Oh yeah, right. Too much glebbering. That is genuinely too much glebbering. I need to think about that. I'm not... Feels wrong. I don't know why. Or just cooling. You need the lithium brine. Where's a pipe? There's a pipe. You come out. You need ammonia. And that leaves no room... yeah, that leaves no room for... balls. Unless I rotate and go from above. Like that. You have a thingy come up. Insert it. That's a holmium plate. Like that. This is all Aquilo really is just wrangling this into place. It's not even particularly difficult, it's just making it fit with the heat pipes. It's neither riveting or fun for the most part. It's not like Glebber. Glebber was interesting, because you can't shut down Glebber. What, Glebber? It's like, I likened it to a steam engine. Like, you're just constantly turning dials and pulling levers to make it work. That's Glebber. It's a happy place. It's a happy, mouldy place. It's not cold, it's not miserable and just a platform floating on what is effectively a near infinitely deep 400 kilometers, I think it was, not actually infinite, but for all intents and purposes, infinitely deep ocean. Alrighty. So like Bob Ross saying happy place. Think about your happy place, you know. Happy place where the mold grows free and the swamp randomly grows 5 tentacles and tries to slap you. This phrase sums up Kleber the best. The fruit must flow. Yep, very accurate. The fruit must flow. Hmm. The trouble is, I made so much progress, but I sort of don't like it. I need to come back and think about it. Need to do what I always say, where you just gotta park it for a moment and then think about it, which is convenient because it's almost time to end. I say 2000. Oh, yawning a lot of miss. Need a brain reset, yeah. I've been glebbering all morning and partially into the afternoon on Will's game. Colonel Will will be on in hours time. 8 hours time-ish. 6 hours time, I think. I'll be on there from about 8 hours from now onwards if you want to see me do more stuff. Or if you want to hear from me do more stuff, you won't see me do stuff. I'll be within his stream. I don't normally do weekends. I do want to change that though. Yeah, I might leave it there. I need to park the brain thinky juice for now. And I need to not keep going so late. So yeah, I'll be if you want to see more of my stuff that I do, if you want to see the full version, if you want to see this thing running properly, check it out on Colonel Will stream. I'll be there. You need to be in the office next week, so I won't see you for a while. Alrighty. Yeah, I got to go back to normal works next week as well. So things will adjust and shuffle around. I'm thinking about reshuffling the schedule around, because of that thing there, which is now off. I want to start doing stuff with that as a side. So I might do some smaller, more focused, like hour and a half streams, playing around with that. So that'll be coming in the future. Pull down the running average. Oh yes, that is, where have I put that? Da-ba-da-ba-da. Paste, save, there we go. Oh, not quite. One more step. Not you, you. There we go. That's at least in a place where it's accessible. Actually, better yet, I'll do it properly. I need to hide things for a moment. Need to hide things. You copy, close, close, close. Said close. There it is. 5-second running average. We'll pop this there. Should be, where is it? Should be in my inventory as well. There it is. Which one is it? There it is. Is it that one? Yeah, oh, there, yeah. So it's the average over 5 seconds. It's actually a lot simpler than I thought it would be. To use... Oh, no. Oh, not equal to 0, that's why. Yeah. Cool, there we go. Thank you for that. And yeah, I'm now going to leave it there for today. So thank you all for watching. Have a good night. Hopefully Will likes the new idea for eggs. I think it'll really help with the UPS. Yeah, the UPS is... I forgot to look at it. I need to do some analysis on UPS for the different surfaces. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see it. Yeah, I shall see you again. If I don't see you on the weekend, I'll see you next week sometime. As I say, the schedule's going to change a bit. I do want to cut back a little bit on the evenings. It's pretty rough. Doing a full work day and then a streaming night. It's tricky. But yeah, I wanted to try and do longer stuff on the weekends again. I do miss the weekends. Those will come when they come, as I say. I haven't sort of ratified exactly what I want to do. Yeah, for that, that's it. So thank you for watching. There is links there for the Twitch chat. There is... I typed it in and it didn't come through. There we go. It'll show up in like 15 minutes time on the YouTube chat. And other than that, that is it. So thank you for watching. I shall see you next time. Have a good day, rest of the day and or evening, and bye for now. Hey, there it goes.